So hello guys, how are you doing? You've already heard it from the outside. We are driving a 5-liter V8 supercharged Jaguar again. This is the F-Type R Cabriolet or convertible with, of course, that 575 HP engine that we already know from the past. Last year we drove the Coupe, we already drove the SVR many years back. We actually didn't do a video of that, but I was already a great fan of that SVR car with more or less the same engine in it. And yeah, this package is super well put together. The refinement is unbelievable. I mean, how transmission, engine, interior quality, how everything works together. Also the steering feels very nimble but easy around town. I think that's something very, very nice. And of course today we want to find out how fast it goes on the race box. 0 to 100 first, and then later on, of course, also on the Autobahn a bit faster to measure the 100 to 200 times. It's actually very windy and the sun is not very nice from the front, but nevertheless we will do the test, put it into the sport mode, we will put it in S, we will put the traction control into the sport handling mode. Yeah, I think this is everything you can do right here. That was a very quick jump. Actually, it was even 2% uphill, not the perfect spot here. I started a bit too early. It's always our regular spot and you have to find the right position in order to have it 0%, almost percent flat. But nevertheless, I mean, we could probably even be a 10th or 2 quicker as the factory is claiming it with 3.7. But as we did a 3.9 uphill run, I think that is also quite okay, I would say. So without further talking, let's head out onto the Autobahn, see how fast it goes there. Let's see how fast the F-Type R Cabriolet goes, 100 to 200. So I guess we have seen some pretty nice times for such a comfortable and very masculine convertible. The times 100 to 200 in the end were around 8.5 seconds, several runs, 8.4, 8.5, 8.6. So corrected times, normalized, I would say it's around 8.5, which you could say is not super fast for an almost 600 HP sports car, comparing it to something like the Audi R8 V10 with 570 HP. But on the other hand, of course, you have to remember that this is the heavy convertible. It's more of the GT-like, and I think the discipline, the core discipline of this car is more the mid RPM punch and the throttle response. I think that is even more interesting than the top-end power, and that means, of course, also that if you do this here, instant acceleration is more interesting than the fastest 100 to 200 times. I think nobody is buying this car just because of that. And in the end, those 100 to 200 times are in the direction of what an Audi RS6 or RS7 is doing. So it's not actually slow. It's quite fast. I'm honestly amazed by how well the overall package is of this car. I mean, there are some years now on the clock that this car has been around on the market, but it's very refined. Getting into the car and driving somewhere is, I would say, almost as easy as getting into a Volkswagen or an Audi. The transmission works, the brakes are very nice, the steering is very nimble yet very easy to drive around town. So I think it's a very, very good overall package. It more or less, I would even say, it is a lot more refined than the Porsches in this direction. A 992 sometimes can get a bit jumpy or has some tire noise somewhere that this car does not have. So a lot better than the reputation, I would say, this car. And the engine still is a masterpiece, has been around for some time, but still is a masterpiece. The ZF transmission is very, very well put also together with that. So yeah, I like the car. I liked it already last year when we drove it as a coupe, and I like it again this year as the convertible. And I don't know which one I would choose. I mean, maybe you tell me your thoughts, if you would choose the convertible or the coupe. Yeah, I think both great cars.